Welcome to this Tutor to You Sociology topic video looking at the Census 2021 updates. In this video, we'll be looking at the topic summary release on national identity. From November 2022, the first phase of topic summaries looking at the results of Census 2021 were released. At the end of November 2022, a summary of how individuals define their national identity was released alongside details of ethnic background, language and religion, which we've previously looked at in this series. The main focus of this topic summary for national identity was examining the number of people who identified as having a UK nationality, that is English, Scottish, Welsh, Northern Irish, British or Cornish, and those who had a dual nationality, and those living in the UK who identified as a national of a non-UK country. From those that responded, 90.8% of usual residents in England and Wales identified as having a UK nationality only. That is, on the census form they identified as British, English, Scottish, Welsh, Northern Irish or Cornish. Whilst this represented an increase in the population, the number of actual people who identified as having a UK nationality, it was actually a slight decline in the percentage of the population from 10 years ago. There is, however, a change in how people define themselves within those different categories. Within these British identities, there has been a change from 2011 to 2021 in how people define themselves, with significantly more people defining themselves as British rather than the individual nationalities that make up the UK, particularly those who are English. Only 1 in 5 people identified as being British in 2011, yet in 2021 this increased significantly to over half the population, 56.8%. Those identifying as Welsh maintained a strong national identity, with only a slight decrease in 2021 falling to 55.2% of the population identifying themselves as Welsh only. An increase in one of the lesser known national identities that was allowed on the census is Cornish. In 2011, 9.9% of those living in Cornwall identified themselves as Cornish, but this had increased to 14% in 2021. Across the UK, this figure is far smaller, with just 0.2% of ordinary UK residents identifying as Cornish. On the census, people were allowed to select more than one national identity. For example, individuals could identify as both British and Indian, or British and Caribbean. Those choosing to have a dual nationality with a UK and non-UK identity were just 2% of the respondents. However, this is an increase from 2011, where only 0.9% identified as more than one national identity. The remaining 9.7% of the population selected a non-UK identity only, which has increased slightly from 8% in 2011. In 2011, the top non-UK national identity was Polish, which has not changed over the past 10 years, with 593,000 respondents identifying as having a Polish national identity. The second most popular non-UK nationality is Romanian, with 477,000, which is the largest increase, with 404,000 more people identifying as having a Romanian nationality, and this is in part due to the removal of restrictions on Romanian nationals staying in the UK in 2014. Indian and Irish nationals come in at 3rd and 4th respectively, as having most respondents identifying as having those nationalities. But for the Irish, this represents a decline. There were 49,000 fewer people identifying as having an Irish nationality in 2021 than 10 years previously, a trend that is found across some other European nationalities, with German and French nationals also decreasing, German nationals by 22,000 over the same period. This can be attributed to the UK's exit from the European Union. However, there's also been a growth in nationals from other EU nations moving to the UK. For example, increases in those identifying as Italian, an increase of 151,000, and Portuguese, 121,000, as well as significant increases of Spanish nationals into the UK. These non-UK nationals perhaps unsurprisingly gravitate towards large metropolitan areas where employment and culture is more likely to reflect their own needs. London has the largest rate of individuals identifying as a non-UK nationality, with local authorities in West London such as Kensington, Chelsea, Westminster and Fitzrovia all having over 40% of the population with non-UK nationalities. The City of London is the highest region in the UK with residents with non-UK nationals, with 33.1%, whilst the North East, and in particular Redcar and Cleveland, has the smallest number of non-UK nationals at just 1.5%. These figures are reversed for those with UK-only nationalities, with Redcar and Cleveland having the highest percentage of UK-only citizens, whilst London has the lowest. That concludes this Tutor to You Sociology topic video on the Census 2021, focusing on national identity. Thanks for watching.